You probably know exactly what I'm talking about when I say utter chaos. It's a lot, right? Well, today, we're going to take that overwhelming chaos and transform it into absolute confidence. And we're doing it using a scientifically backed, highly structured roadmap drawn straight from our sources.
Real quick, here's our agenda for today, and it actually mirrors the exact kind of predictable structure we want to build for your dog. We'll cover the critical neurological window, surviving the first 24 hours, why structure equals clarity, your daily puppy schedule, how naps prevent biting, and finally, building a lifelong bond. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The critical neurological window, laying the foundation early. So, we really need to start by understanding the macro picture of your puppy's brain development because there are massive neurological stakes at play here. Think about this for a second. What if a dog's future is decided in just 1 month? Now, I know that sounds like a wild claim, but the source material is crystal clear on this. Things like behavioral stability, confidence, and resilience. They aren't just random treats we try to train into them later in life. They are neurologically hardwired right at the very beginning.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial, non-negotiable developmental window. We're talking between 8 and 12 weeks of age. Our sources emphasize that during this specific month, your puppy's brain is basically a super sponge. I mean, it's firing on all cylinders, learning faster than it ever will again in its entire life. And here's the secret sauce. During this brief little window, their natural fear response hasn't fully developed yet. That gives you a literal, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build positive associations with the world.
Our curriculum introduces this incredibly powerful mindset shift, which is training the brain before the behavior. I absolutely love this concept. Think about it. Instead of just reacting to bad habits, trying to fix them after the fact, we are proactively shaping their neurological pathways before those problems even have a chance to start. It's a total game changer. Because of this, there's a very clear line in the sand between different training philosophies. The modern, science-backed approach that we're exploring today is all about positive reinforcement and humane, structured planning. This stands in stark contrast to those outdated, harmful ideas rooted in dominance and force-based methods. The sources are definitive here. It's this proactive, humane structure that creates genuine, long-term well-being for your dog. Moving on to Section 2, surviving the first 24 hours, setting up for success. Now that we know the why, let's zoom in on the micro level and talk about that incredibly stressful first day you bring them home. To prevent totally overwhelming the puppy and, let's be honest, yourself, the sources strongly recommend controlling their environment from the very first minute. Literally. This means safely using a crate for the drive home. And then, once you're inside, utilize puppy pens to limit their access. You don't want them roaming free just yet. You can also start doing these tiny 30-second training sessions right away, even before meals, just rewarding heavily to build up that early success. Then, of course, comes the dreaded first night. The sources actually present two completely different yet effective strategies here, so you can pick what works for you. There's the tough love approach, where you put the dog exactly where you want them to sleep long-term, and you just consistently ignore the crying from night 1. Or there's the softy-softy approach, where you start the crate right next to your bed for comfort, and then you gradually move it further away each night. Both are totally valid options. It just depends on your personal style. All right, Section 3, structure equals clarity, the White Ridge philosophy. We really need to reframe how we view rules. A routine is simply a puppy's roadmap. A lot of folks think putting a dog on a strict schedule is somehow mean or too rigid, but the sources are so clear on this. Structure is not harsh punishment. Structure is simply clarity. When a puppy actually knows what to expect, they feel secure enough to just relax and learn. It's all about building confidence, because confidence makes learning so much easier.
Honestly, the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to remember that puppies are exactly like human toddlers. If they're overtired, overstimulated, or just unsure of what's happening next, their behavior falls apart completely. Just like a toddler, a puppy will act out, bark, whine, and just totally lose their mind when they don't have a predictable environment. Routine literally eliminates that confusion.
Let's get practical with Section 4, your daily puppy schedule, the actionable blueprint. This right here is basically your homework. Let's look at how a proper schedule flows. It starts at, say, 7 a.m. with a wake-up and an immediate potty break. Then 7:15 a.m. is for meals, combined with some short training moments. 7:30 a.m. is a structured play session. And then by 8 a.m., it is strictly crate and nap time. By repeating this exact flow, waking, potting, working, playing, and resting,
all the way down to an evening wind down, you're creating this deeply ingrained rhythm of confidence. Your dog literally never has to guess what's expected of them. And guess what? This routine also solves one of the biggest headaches ever: toilet training. It gives you exact, predictable metrics to follow. Just ask yourself about the trigger events. Is it top of the hour? Take them outside. Did they just wake up from a nap? Take them outside. After eating or drinking? Yep, outside. Are they sniffing or circling? Interrupt whatever they're doing and take them out right away. If you follow these specific actions based on these exact triggers, you're setting yourself up for massive potty training success and stopping those indoor accidents before they even happen.
Which brings us to Section 5, How Naps Prevent Biting, the Cure for Overtiredness. One of the most common complaints we hear from new owners is dealing with a wild, out-of-control, biting puppy. Well, this solution might actually surprise you. Structured napping significantly reduces overstimulated biting. If your puppy seems super cranky or really bitey, the answer is almost never more excitement or more playtime. You do not need to tire them out more, you need to mandate rest. Puppies honestly don't know how to turn their own switches off, so structured crate time forces them to settle down. It instantly cures that overtired toddler behavior. Finally, Section 6, Building a Lifelong Bond, Securing the Future. If you strictly follow these 4 foundational steps during that absolutely critical 8 to 12-week window, you are literally optimizing your dog's entire life. We're talking about using positive reinforcement, applying structured socialization, managing stress-informed experiences, and shaping those micro-behaviors early on. Doing this directly translates to fewer behavioral problems later in life. The structured socialization that you implement at just 9 weeks old is exactly what creates the resilient, stable companion that you'll deeply enjoy when they are 9 years old. I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. The sources point out that these exact, precise, routine methods are the same ones used to prepare dogs for the most critical, high-stakes jobs in the world as service dogs. So if this roadmap creates an unflappable, rock-solid service dog, just imagine the incredible, resilient, and loving family companion it will unlock for you. Remember, structure isn't restrictive. It is the ultimate key to a beautiful life together. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this gives you the clarity you need to succeed.